recognize the gentle lady from Florida, Congresswoman Cammack, for 5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to our witnesses for being with us today. I really do appreciate the commentary that has been put forth today. It is a vital topic. As the lone representative for the entire state of Florida, being a very large ag state and production state, it's critical. So thank you. I'll start with you, Mr. Cameron. As you stated in your testimony, IR-4 is a key resource for our specialty crop producers, and as so many of you know, Florida is home to 300 specialty crops, so something that is near and dear to our hearts. Can you share with us some of the breakthrough innovations over the last few years that has enabled?
I apologize, I don't have specific results for you, but I do know that this has been a very successful program. We haven't had to deal at our location with products that have gone through the IR-4 process, although we are dealing with, I take that back, we are running tests currently through the IR-4 program for a pesticide that is used in some of the other commodity crops that we're trying on processing tomatoes. We want to see if there's a fit, seeing if we can control thrips early season, so that we can get control where we usually don't have products that fit that need. So it is getting to the farm. Maybe some other farms, possibly more, but we're always looking for new solutions.
Well, and I know you've touched on this a little bit today, Mr. Cameron, but talk a little bit about the role that Congress can play explicitly, just so folks back home can really understand the role that we here can have in making sure that our producers, particularly as it relates to specialty crops, have access to safe and effective crop protection options. And you can talk through regulatory reform, research investments, or other means, but really for the folks back home, what is the most important thing Congress can be doing?
Well, I think many times specialty crops get left out of the mix. We know that
Preach.
That many.
Thank you. Amen.
No, we realize that, let's face it, the commodity crops that have millions of acres, it's a bigger market, gets more attention. In California, we have crops that you may only have 100 acres, 200 acres in very small specific crops that are being grown. And they're totally uncovered. They don't have the crop protection chemicals because nobody has pursued the label. That makes it very difficult to grow crops similar to, very small plots when you compare it to the rest of the nation. So we always do need like an IR-4 program. We need Section 18, Section 24s, where we have local needs that we can actually bring certain products into those situations, but many times it takes a long time to develop those. It's emergency situations, even for larger minor crops. So any help we could get, either in funding for research to where we can develop a label for some of these minor crops. I mentioned earlier my neighbor planted agave, low water use. We'll see how that works out, but absolutely no products can legally be used on that crop for crop protection. So anything you can do for funding to get into the IR-4 program, the FAR program, to where we can actually see results in the field, in growers' hands, is invaluable.
Okay, I appreciate that, Mr. Cameron. I'm going to go to you, Mr. Witherby. As you know, the Asian citrus fly has decimated our citrus growers in Florida, really and across the country. Have you performed any research on whether a sterile insect technique could be applicable in combating citrus greening?
It's a little tougher mechanism of action, unfortunately. It could help. You start to suppress the amount of insects that are available to link up to the orange, and then you can decrease greening. It's a bigger problem, and so it's one of those where it would require research. It's also, we know it's important, but it's also a specialty crop where the return on investment is really tough, and so that's part of it is funding that would go into a lot of that research for new technologies. Just hasn't been there. It has been in some cases, but this is where Over the years, like I said, the delays that it would take to get it, even if it was emergency use, would be really tough to get something new into that industry very quickly.
Well, I think you're making the case as to why the research dollars are so critically important. And of course, we're very proud of the fact that the Farm Bill includes another 5 years worth of funding to combat citrus greening, because you can't have Florida without oranges, right? So thank you. My time has expired, Mr. Chairman. I yield.